Hello everyone. Welcome to this video, Charting the Life Course, Putting It All Together. As you know, there are other videos that you could have watched based on your interest in what you were trying to do to support your family. In this video, I'm going to kind of summarize everything. My name is Barb Safaris, and I am an Ohio ambassador for Charting the Life Course. I work with the Family Resource Network of Ohio at The Ohio State University, which is housed at the Nysonger Center. And I also do work with the National or Nexus team for Charting the Life Course at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. Again, a little bit about me. I've worked with people with disabilities, families, and professionals for over 45 years in the Cleveland area. I had two brothers with disabilities. My youngest brother, Nick, had a developmental disability, and my middle brother, Jim, had a disability, an acquired disability, as a result of an accident he was in his 30s. So, putting it all together, in the other 6 videos, I have shared numerous resources that you can use to organize your thoughts, talk about what you want for yourself or your loved one, and share with people who help you. So we've covered the one-page person-centered description, the life domains, the vision tool, exploring trajectory, experiences and questions booklet, the quick guides, the integrated support star, the integrated support star split, the integrated support options chart, and the portfolio. If you are interested in in-depth information on any of these resources, there are other videos that you can watch. The Charting the Life Course trainings in Ohio are provided by the Family Resource Network of Ohio through funding from the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities. Our trajectory in Ohio is that people and families use Charting the Life Course to organize their thoughts, write it down, and share with the people who help them. Our vision for professionals is that you see this information, you understand it, and you use it as you support and empower people and families. For professionals, we also encourage you to use these resources to facilitate your conversations with people, start helping them organize their thoughts, and give the paper to them to keep and use. What we don't want is that you just see Charting the Life Course as a bunch of forms and papers to fill out, or that the family shares it but it's not used. Again, our core concept is we believe all people and their families have the right to live, love, work, play, pursue their life aspirations, and learn in their community. One of the most common resources that we use in Charting the Life Course is the portfolio. In previous videos, we've talked about each part of the portfolio. There are 3 tools. One is the one-page person-centered description, which can be used as a quick way to introduce someone. It has 3 sections: what people like and admire, what's important to, and how to best support. It's a quick, easy way to introduce someone using human-centric, not disability-related language. Under like and admire, we talked about we're looking for qualities, not activities. Under what's important to the person, this is an important section because this really talks about the quality of life, what needs to be present in someone's life for them to have a good quality of life. And then how to best support me helps us shift away from what people cannot do to how we all can support them. Here's an example of a one-page person-centered description for my brother. It is not on a form. It's a Word document with a photo of Nick so you can see what he looks like. Here's another example for a child named Tyler. Parents put lots of pictures of dinosaurs so we can all guess what's important to Tyler and what he likes to talk about. We also talked about the importance of having a one-page person-centered description for hospitalization, the information about important to and how to best support is very specific for the hospital setting. It's important that this is written if someone goes to the hospital frequently or if they are there and maybe cannot speak up for themselves. Writing a one-page person-centered description and putting it above the bed so everybody walking in that room can learn a little bit about who this person is, who the patient is, who they are as a human being. Again, how to best support. It could be what people need to know about how the person expresses anxiety, pain, what they need to do when they walk in the room, who they should contact if they have any questions or concerns or if the person asks them, and maybe some details about how to use the call button or perhaps what they need to have with them so they feel comfortable. Could be something like an iPad or their blanket or their own blanket or a stuffed animal. So here's an example for hospitalization for my brother Nick. The great things about him are the same, but what's important to him in the hospital is different than what's important to him in his life. And how to best support has some common items, but also has some items specific for the hospital, like the fact that he can't feel pain on his right side, or that he's more comfortable in his wheelchair, so don't leave him in the bed if at all possible. Put him in the power chair. The one-page person-centered description can be used for introductions as a summary to help the person with their self-esteem and also to help them identify accommodations. People can have more than one person-centered description based on the purpose. So they can have one for maybe going to school, maybe one mother developed one for her son who went to a youth group at church because what they needed to know to get him engaged was very different than what the teacher needed to do or what the provider at the home needed to do. Our vision is that the one-page person-centered description is human-centric, talks about who the human being is, it's developed by the person and the family, and that it does not include demographic information, their disability, their medications, where they live. Then we talked about a good life. It's important that we all have a good life, that we have dreams, people who believe in us, we have what's important to us, we're respected, we have more good days than bad, we feel healthy and safe, and that we have control over our lives. The tool that you can use to capture all that information is the trajectory. So simply identifying what you want or what you don't want in your life. When we talk about a good life, we talk about the 6 life domains. They are quality of life areas. What we do during the day, where we live, what we do for fun, how we take care of ourselves, what we do to make sure we're safe and we feel safe and secure, and how we advocate for ourselves and participate in our community. One of the tools that helps you look at what is a good life and helps you look at those 6 domains is the Life Domain Vision tool, where you can actually look at what the 6 domains are, look at the definition, and then write down some thoughts. This can be completed by the person, it can be completed by others who know them, and then the visions can be compared so we know where to start and maybe what to clarify. We shared with you the Experiences and Questions booklet, which helps you look at the domains across all the life stages. And in that booklet, each domain has a 2-page spread, and it gives you considerations across the lifespan. So you can look at the life stage that you're in, the one before it, and the one after. The one before to make sure you've considered everything, and the one after so that you can start preparing. Another resource is the quick guides. There are 5 of them, one for each life stage from early childhood through aging, and just 4 pages telling you what you need to consider in each life domain for that life stage. So the first page tells you the life stage, adulthood. Second page covers 3 of the domains. Third page talks about the other 3 domains. And the 4th page gives you suggestions about helpful services and supports to consider, as well as supports for your family. Our vision for using the trajectory is that you do use these resources. You think about those 6 life domains. You start developing a vision of what a good life is, as well as what you don't want. You put it down on paper, and you share it with your teams and other people who help you. What we don't want is that this is done in a meeting, in a team meeting. This really should be done at a time and place that you're comfortable with, people you trust, and not in a room full of people who are looking to you to give them answers. Once you have a vision or a concern, you can use an integrated support star to brainstorm possible supports. There are 5 areas. You put your outcome or concern in the middle of the star, and then you start with personal strengths and assets. What would be helpful? Looking at technology supports, relationships, who do you know, what's available in your community, and then what are you eligible for? We also talked about a split star where you can talk about what supports you currently have, which ones you need to explore or develop, and how important it is to have supports in all 5 areas so that if you no longer have support in one area, you do have supports in other areas. We shared the integrated support options chart, which on the left side lists the 6 life domains, and across the top, the 5 areas of integrated supports from the integrated support star. So helping you look at a specific area of support for a specific domain and giving you some suggestions to think about or consider. Our vision for you using this integrated support star is that you use it to brainstorm. You start with personal strengths and assets. You end with eligibility specific, and that you use this with lots of people. You have conversations and brainstorm with lots of different people because they may know something you don't know. What we don't want is that you start by looking at what you're eligible for first and don't look at the other 4 areas. That's been a quick summary of all of the principles and the concepts and the most commonly used tools. And you have other videos that you can watch if you want more in-depth information. And I'll close by just reminding you of 4 websites: the Family Resource Network of Ohio, LifeCourseTools.com, the Ohio Developmental Disabilities Council website, and the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities. Thank you for attending and your attention, and I hope you find the information helpful and useful for you and your family.